Hey, everybody.
What's good?
Sorry, y'all. We just had a moment right before we started this. But hello. Welcome back to another episode of
We Got It to Say and Everyday.
And Everyday.
I told you I was going to get better.
It only gets better. I'm your host, Amanda.
And I'm your host, Kay.
Let's do it. Let's get into it. Okay? What are we talking about today?
Yeah, this topic right here is a little fiery one. It's scheduling and planning your life as an entrepreneur. I ain't mastered it yet. What about you, Amanda?
Girl, bye. What is that? Like my week has a little bit of a routine, but
yeah.
Really? Like, no. And especially when we actually put in like the entrepreneur side of things. Lord have mercy. What? Where my assistant?
What was we thinking?
No, build your own, they said.
Become an entrepreneur, they said. It will be fun.
Okay.
Honestly, though, Amanda, the way you come through and navigate your schedule is crazy. I need to know more. When do you start doing this? Like, at what point in your life did you say, okay, if it didn't make my calendar, it didn't make my life? Was it before entrepreneurship or after or during entrepreneurship? Because, I mean, honestly, like, that is genius. Like, I don't do that.
No, and it's funny because I laugh so hard at that because, like, for real, y'all, I tell people that all the time. Kay has definitely heard me tell people, if it didn't make my calendar, it don't make my life. So make sure it made my calendar if you want me there. To that point, so one, like, entrepreneurship was never really on my radar in general, right? Like, that wasn't when I was growing up and, you know, you're being taught to, like, choose what you want to be in life. That was not on my radar at all. So that's just, it came out the left. And so
What did you want to be, Amanda?
So originally I had this little list and I always had on there, I either wanted to be a scientist. I think astronaut used to be on the list because I used to really love like space. And then other than that, it was anything that had to do with like water. So like, I guess like marine biology or something. So
wow.
Yeah. Girl, this was not it. And I know lawyer was on there too at one point because like as I started to get older and I was like, okay, let's get a little more realistic. Lawyer and like crime scene investigation kind of just started to sway back and forth. So I don't know.
Very interesting.
It was wild. Exactly. But yeah, entrepreneurship. Correct. Yeah. Entrepreneurship was not there though. September of last year when like businesses really kind of like started to move that I was like, oh, this is getting crazy. Like, hold on now, hold on. And then you add in like all the personal growth and all the other like health and wellness things that I decided to take on this year and like, you know, really investing and betting on me. And I was like, oh no, this is getting out of control. Like I got to keep up with this and there's a meeting at this time and I got to meet this person. I got to stay committed to this. And like, that's my biggest thing. I've always wanted to be one of those people that you can say is like dependable or like you can rely on. Like, I'm not saying put the weight of the world on my shoulders because it's already there. Thank you. But like, you know, but like, I just like, I want to show up if I said I'm going to show up. And so, I started like, my phone calendar has never, ever been utilized as much as it's been from September of last year to now. Like, ooh, them tabs are crazy.
That is amazing. I mean, I use my calendar and I stick to it most of the time. But also, I'm just like, it's get the buzz and I'm like, turn it off.
Right. Facts. Okay, but you're an entrepreneur too. So are you more of like, I'm going to put it on like a digital level where like, yes, you can put it on your phone and like, if it buzzes, it's like, snooze, ignore it. Like, are you more of a digital or are you more of like the writer? Because I know we still have a lot of people out there that are like pen to paper. That's how I like make it happen.
Yeah, I do a little bit of both. So I have a calendar that's kind of like, this needs to get done on a weekly, daily, monthly basis. But then I have a dry erase board, and I love those. It's kind of like slashing the days, you know, to be like, oh my God, I did all of this. So I kind of like to do both because sometimes the phone is just not like, it don't give me the the recognition
That's
that
the
I need for
satisfaction.
finishing my task.
Exactly. I get you. I absolutely get you.
I like to scratch that shit out.
I feel that. I'm definitely a checklist type of person. So I feel that. And I feel like I'm always going somewhere. Like the pen and paper has started, the pen and paper has started to like drift away from me because I'm like, well, shoot, if I'm somewhere else, my pen and paper is at home. Like I can't see now. And now I'm like discombobbled on what I'm supposed to do. So like even my checklist has become digital and like, it's not the same satisfaction of like, you know, checking it, but like I can click the little box and I get the little check mark and the line through it. So we okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you introduced me to Asana, which was like a life changer. I was like, what? I really do enjoy it. Because you can, you know, we can task each other, you know, we can task the group. Like it's just a lot of cool things on there. But I'm really fond of like just trying different calendars out. I use Shiftify to schedule some stuff, which is cool. You know, I could create different like categories or jobs, and then on top of that, categorize. Like, is that even a word?
No, but I know exactly what you're saying when you said it. So
you know,
you meshed two words together, but we got it exactly. Look, trademark it.
Categorize the different tasks with the job.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, I love it.
I do. You know, sometimes you get a little app crazy because you got all these different pieces, and you know, you can try them all out.
Mm-hmm. It's so funny you say that because I woke up this morning and so I was like checking off like my today's to-do list too. Girl, I literally thought in my head, I was like, it's so crazy to me. Or as a kid, you spend hours like searching for like all the like the perfect games and all the fun games and like, you know, apps to put on your phone to keep yourself entertained in different situations. Girl, I think maybe Solitaire is on my phone still because it came with the phone and I just never deleted it. But like, there's no games on my phone. My phone is full of so many like apps for like business and this and that. And like, I was like, wow, this is a real just adult phone, just no fun. Like this is all related to something that I need to like categorize on top of something else. Like, what happened to my phone?
No, like the fell through like 1,000 pictures from my business before I can even get to a picture of myself.
Look. Or the fact that I have multiple Google emails because I need multiple Google Drives to separate my different things that I got going on.
Hey.
Look here, Google Drive, we appreciate you, but like, I'm not paying for storage and like.
You too loud.
I can't. What is happening?
So, like, do you have a designated like day of the month where you say, okay, now we're starting over. This is it's going to be a new month. These are the things like we need to do. Do you do that?
At the end of every month, I look at budget for sure. That's like where I start. Like, I'm like, okay, we're going to set up like the budget and the plan for the next month. So I already did that before we came into December. That's where that's at. And then as far as like things to get done, I'll like, again, this whiteboard, like the top of it is everything that has to get done. And so it looks crazy and it can be overwhelming. So then I pick out of there, okay, what are like my top priorities for this month? What do I know needs to get done? And then, yeah, that's kind of like the month and then move that to like the week by week. So yeah.
That makes sense.
Because it's too much. The budget is huge just because I think too many times we end up just looking at our accounts and it's like, but where did that even go? There's a quote that like our company has, and I think it was just posted up on Instagram the other day too. I may have reposted it, but it's like, yeah, you know, you ask somebody what are their financial priorities. Okay, ask them to see their spending habits and you'll be able to tell them. They ain't got to answer. And so that's just real. Like if you're not even really like looking at it, you probably don't even really know. Like it sounds great when you tell me that it's like to save this or to do this or to do that, but is it? Is it? So, and we just get caught up.
Habits, spending habits. Woo!
Yeah.
That's listen, we get into finance. Just hold your horses on the financial talk.
Yeah, let's leave it.
We got a couple episodes to get through first.
Facts, big facts. But yeah, I got to schedule my life the same way. I got to do it in advance and the night before I prep for the next day. So
like before you go to bed at night, you schedule your life out
for the next day. Yeah. But yeah, like last night I sat down before I went to bed and wrote out everything that I had to do today, put it on my phone calendar, like put it on my whiteboard, all of that, like made sure I was like, okay, let me just run through this one more time. And even that list looks crazy sometimes. And I just know that, okay, somewhere on this list, something's probably going to get dropped. I'm not going to be able to do it all, but the ones that are priority, the things that are like appointments and that are just need to be, those for sure get done. And if anything else drops off, I just try not to beat myself up about it anymore because look, you can't do everything. And that used to be my problem. I used to beat myself up about everything that I didn't get done throughout the day. And a lot of times that came from either not having the schedule and then being upset about it, or it just came from, okay, well now I got to take accountability. Like that was my choice. I chose to either stay someplace too long. I chose to sit on my phone and not realize that 30 minutes had passed and I was just scrolling on Instagram. Like they're your own choices that also put wrenches in your own place. So yeah, just being more disciplined and like aware of it all.
Say that line again.
Which part? Disciplined and aware? Look, if you're not, it's on you, bro. You got to take accountability.
For you, what do you count as like a priority? Like what has to get done over something else? Like give us an example.
Okay, so Saturdays, right? Saturdays are not really rest days anymore. I know most times people can't wait to get to the weekend because Saturday, right? Like, whoo, it's my rest day. For me, not really. Saturdays are still just as busy. My Saturday morning, I know that every Saturday morning without fail, I have an appointment, or not an appointment per se, but I have a team meeting with my financial team, right, at 10 a.m. Okay. That's a non-negotiable. It's a priority. I have to be on that call. And so that's 10 a.m. And then let's just use today for an example. So today I also knew that okay, I had an appointment at 1 o'clock. Okay, so from 10 to our meetings typically run about an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, depending on what's going on. Okay, that meeting, it didn't end until 11:40 something. That's a small gap of getting ready for whatever to get to the appointment, right? So, okay, cool. I also knew that I had to go to Kohl's today, right? So it's okay, if I go to Kohl's on the way, I can make it happen. But then you got to make sure that you're not sitting around too long. You're not after the meeting's over, I got to get out the door and make my move because I got things to do. I can't be in Kohl's longer than I expected to. I knew what I was going for. Go buy that one thing and get out the door. So it's staying on top of it, but also the meeting is priority. The appointment is priority. I have to make those. Kohl's, if I didn't make it today, it's fine. I'll make it Sunday, maybe Monday. It wasn't life or death. Kohl's is going to be there. So the things that are just non-negotiable or that are, I guess you could say, important to moving you forward, those are priorities compared to something else that it's it'll be there. It's not life or death.
I like that. You said the priorities are what is going to move you forward. To get enough things done. Do you have a certain amount of tasks that makes you feel accomplished on your schedule every single day?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I want to see the things marked off. I want to see them disappearing, So, I guess it really just depends. And that goes back to not beating myself up about the things that don't get done. Because there's a lot of times that I will put unrealistic, just things and amounts of things under a day. I erased it now, but my Friday, I had it broke up Friday and Saturday. So my Friday whiteboard had, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It had 12 things on it. That's almost unrealistic in some ways to have 12 things that are going to get done in a day. And so obviously I can't, that's the thing. I guess you have to know your own kind of mental and how you're going to look at it and how it's going to make you feel. If you know that you put 12 things on the calendar or whatever for the day and that you only get 3 done and now you got those left and you feel like crap, don't put 12 things on your calendar. Don't beat your, don't do that to yourself. For me, I had 12 things on the calendar. It's still up there. There's only 3 left. So I did have a pretty productive day because I got most of them done. But I was like, I looked at the bigger picture. Yo, I got most of that done. Like, yo, that's pretty solid. Even if those 3 things didn't get done and they're still important to me, they didn't get done. Oh well, like move them to the next day or whenever I have the free time again. So it's a yes and no, but I think it's really more so about like the mental. I think if my priority things, my core things that I know like were huge and needed to get done, if those don't get done and other things did, then I feel the type of way. I'm like, bruh, that's just irritating. That was so not important.
Yeah, no, for sure. I totally understand that. I have a set like calendar to things to do every single day to be productive. But then as the weeks go on and the months go on, then you kind of like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. So that's already pretty overwhelming to get done. It kind of makes it a little bit easy for me to do it that way. And yeah, just like you said, not beating myself up if I don't get something done, because I mean, yeah, it's a priority, but it's not the end of the world. You can always start something, stop, and pick it back up.
Facts.
You don't always have to do this complete task. And that be really must be in our head. Like we'd be like, oh my God, it's gonna take me like 2 hours to do X, Y, and Z, when you can kind of like microdose it.
Yep. And like you saying that literally brings up like, I remember one time I built an IKEA closet. Girl, we all know what building anything from IKEA is like, right? I built a whole closet. In total, it took me 7 hours, but yes, I had to break it up. Like I literally did like 4 hours of it one day. It was like, that's enough. I am sick of it. I am tired. I picked it up the next day. That was another 3 hours, 7 hours in total. But look, I didn't, you had to break it up.
Why don't we kind of tell the folks you run Love Vibes?
Calling all my warriors. So many of us have a story to tell. We have a time of triumph or a situation that seemed impossible to come back from, yet here you are. You're a champion, and I commend you on that. I had that moment too when I was 21, and it took years, but I'm finally standing here as a warrior that broke down those walls and busted up the lens of things that no longer served me. Our stories may not be the same, but our victory is. Click the link in my bio and get a copy of my ebook, 10 Steps to Move Powerfully Through Morning, and join the growing community of warriors. See you on the other side. So, and this is going to sound terrible, but I feel like I don't have like a set plan for it yet because so many other parts of my life are so like planned and mapped out. Okay, like quick example, because we're not about to really run the calendar. So my Mondays are jam packed. Like we can't do much. So working from home is a blessing in disguise because it does give me the time to kind of focus on my business. So I know like Monday morning from 7:30 a.m. till 3:30, like that's my bulk of my day, right? Like I'm at work. And so I have an hour lunch break, 11 to 12. I definitely get things done at that time, right? So whether that means like I'm running orders to the post office, I'm like printing out orders, I'm packaging. If I have to like get all my like posts together for the day, like a lot of times it's done during that hour break, right? Because that's like, it's focused. It's the focus time because I'm not having to also think about like if I have to check a work email or if I have to take a call for work. So that is like a game time hour for me. Get off at 3:30. I know that I kind of have to hit the gym right away after work because I have technically my company, for my finance company, we have like a team call where we get on the phones and we make sure that like we prioritize that time for our clients. And so that's really from 4:30 to 6:30. I don't always make that. The gym is a priority for me. Like it's not for everybody else, but for me, like I have to go to the gym. Probably didn't eat all day long. Now I got to eat something. Okay. But our team actually has we call it Mindset Mondays, but we have our team call where we get on and we have things that build us up and encourage us. And that starts at 8 p.m. Okay. And that probably went till like 9 o'clock. Okay. So now it's 9 o'clock. Like I still have work next morning at 7:30. So like, where did the business come into that? You get what I'm saying? So it's really whatever I can fit in the midst of like me working at home. And then depending on how late I want to stay up at night, most nights I am up till like 1:30, 2 a.m. trying to still do business stuff. Cause I'm like, dang, okay, I needed to figure out like either a marketing strategy or I need to like implement this, or I need to even plan out the fact that I need to schedule a photo shoot and shoot this content for this and put up this product and like look into like researching this product so I can order it. So it just depends. But Yeah, the days are wild.
That's crazy.
The days are wild.
You just said 3 meetings in a day. Like,
and really there's 4 because we technically have a 9 a.m. meeting with our whole entire company. So that's like a call that has like 400 people on it. I'm not even gonna lie. It's called Max Out Monday. I never get on it. Like, I just can't get my brain to wake up and get together from 9 a.m. to 11 to be on this call. Like, I just can't.
yeah. And I don't think they really understand, because Amanda, you work from home, but you work for 2 different companies. So one company, her phone's ringing, and then the other company, she is basically entrepreneurial based, and then she has her own set side businesses. So like, this girl is like really busy. Like, when she said she has to be at work from 7 to 3, that's just one of the jobs. When the other jobs is the meetings.
Yeah.
And then her phone's still ringing on top of the entrepreneurial based 9 to 5. Like, that's all day, Amanda. Wow.
It is. And that's the crazy part about being an entrepreneur, because like, you know, a lot of people love it because it's almost like college, right? You get that freedom to now you get to make your own schedule and make your own choices and whatnot. But that's literally the thing, because you get to make your own schedule and choices, like that freedom can get wild, and that freedom can also either be your failure or your success. Like, you know, so if like, yeah, I got all this like free time now because I'm an entrepreneur, but then you're not investing any of that time or finding the ways to like block out and make sure that you're doing something for your business to move it forward, your business is going to flop, because that's great. It's free time, but what are you doing to like continue to grow? And so, yeah, as an entrepreneur who also still has like, you know, their 9 to 5 and whatnot, I want my businesses to flourish. So I eventually don't have a 9 to 5, but then I got to have that mentality and that discipline to really schedule my day and invest my time and what I do have into my entrepreneurship, or else it's never going to happen. Like, it'll never get off the ground.
No, seriously, that is very factual. When, you know, like you said, people want businesses, but then it's like, when do you have the time to do the work? You can't just say, I don't have time for that right now. Like, I mean, you can, obviously, because, you know, your health and other things are very important, but it comes a time where you just have to say, okay, not this, focus on this, then you can get back to the other stuff. And that's why it's like, you know, really important that you have the calendars, that you have all the tools. A few tools, like we said, that we use. Me and Amanda, as partners, we use Asana, but she also uses Asana on her own to stay on task. She used her calendar on her phone. I use my calendar on my phone as well. I use Shiftify, and some people like Habit. Is it called Habit? It's a habit tracker. Yeah, Habit. And there's a ton of other ways to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't discount your Google calendars. I was like, and just don't discount your Google calendars. I know people don't pay attention to them, like I don't, but like Google calendars really do work. So yeah,
I've never
have that joint
calendar, and I mean, I might use Google Calendar, and I don't really know that I do, but I'm not really familiar with Google Calendar. I usually just use the calendar on my phone. And I really use my reminders app too on my phone. Okay. Because that's a good one. That. Like, because sometimes your calendar, it'll pop up and then you won't really see or whatever.
It gets lost in the sauce.
It get lost in the sauce. And I have an iPhone, so I really like that you can create widgets. You can create widgets for like your reminder. You can create widgets for your calendar. You can even create widgets for other apps that you have on your phone, just like, you know, by some settings and stuff. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that, but it's really helpful because you can have that display on your home screen, and you can kind of keep up with it. I know I'm the type of person that sometimes I have to see it in order to remember to do it. And we all know that it takes you how many times to do something to perform a habit? Like 20, 30 sometimes?
Yeah, it's a number that's up there. That, like, I know they say 21 days forms a habit, but I don't know. The number is definitely up there. So
she is up there. 21 days of doing something the same way, you can develop a habit. I know, like, for me with my business, it's pretty much the same every day. and besides the task, but the times that I do stuff is pretty much the same. I work from 8 to 5, and I try to give myself a hard stop at 5 o'clock. The difference kind of with me and Amanda's job is that she has a little bit more freedom with her job. I also work from home, but I don't have as much freedom to kind of like leave my desk and, you know, do other things if it's not something that's already scheduled. So my clients are a little bit more demanding. So I have to kind of like be right there and doing the whole process. Stop at 5, from 5 to 6, try not to do anything just because I've been on from 8 to 5. So I stop from 5 to 6, and then I call it my second wind meditation. I try to meditate at 6 o'clock. Now, it's a lot. So sometimes I don't get all of this done like in this order. And then I usually try not to meditate no more than like 30 minutes. After that 30, post my stories or TikToks or whatever it was that I needed to post on social media. I start to work on those things. And then like on Mondays, that's just kind of like an analytics day. So I look at the analytics. I try to see, okay, what's working, what's not working. From 9 to 11 on Tuesdays, I need to be making TikToks. So I make about 7 TikToks. That's because 7 days a week. So I make 7 TikToks, one for every day. On Wednesdays, I do the reels. A day for Thursdays anymore. Fridays is my influencers reach out day. Saturdays is supposed to be my rest day. I'm not even going to lie, because my job is super intense sometimes. I need a rest day. I can't just be out here
on all the time.
You know? So Saturdays I try to just chill. Not all the times that could happen. So, you know, say there is a certain month I have a photo shoot coming up. Photo shoots are usually going to be on a Saturday or a Sunday because I work during the week. Maybe there's an event happening. I try to leave open events that happen that I want to go to that's going to be like networking stuff. I try to put that on the calendar. I try to at least go to one networking event a month that's going to basically just kind of talk about my business, learn about other people's businesses, meet some new people.
Hey guys, it's Kay, owner of Everyday People Luxury Eyewear Company. I just wanted to remind you to shop that link below at everydaypeopleworld.com to get access to all of our latest styles. We have styles for men and women, and most of our styles are UV protected because we care about style and eye protection. We're one of the first Black woman-owned eyewear companies that cares about your style and also your eye care. Make sure you click that affiliates link if you get your friends to shop with me, because I give you 10% of my proceeds. I want to give you a gift for supporting your local business owner. Again, that's everydaypeopleworld.com.
And Sundays are me and Amanda's day. We actually get together and
Sunday
we eat until we're done. Like,
facts, big facts.
We start at 11 and we don't end until midnight.
There we go. Like, and I be feeling so bad for Kay sometimes, because like me, when I'm like I'm on, right? Like it's like game time, game mode, and I will just go, and I'm like, okay, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? I be seeing it. Kay be needing a breather. I be putting her underwater. I be holding her underwater.
Like, dead ass. And I like, honestly, I just be like, I'm coming.
Nope.
No, but I think last Sunday, I think I had you, Amanda. I was like, come on, sis. Let's do this.
Big facts. Yeah. Like, oof, girl. Last Sunday, I was like, but see, that's the thing too. As an entrepreneur, y'all, like, we got to learn how to rest, right? Because I feel like that's the thing too. Like, we don't, now y'all have heard me in all the other episodes, you know, I'm not a rest. So you ain't got to take my word as Bible, because clearly I don't rest, but but I do have the wherewithal and like the understanding to know that like rest is important, right? Like even in your business. And like, I think that's like the misconception that we have just in this world in general, is that like, we always have to go. We always have to be on, and like, you know, don't take your foot off the gas, because it's like, if you take your foot off the gas, like it's all going to fall through and fall apart. And like, I don't know. Some people's businesses may be in that state where like they really can't take their foot off the gas. So if you know that that's your business and you want to keep it alive, don't. But like if it's not, like sometimes taking the moment to step away, to like reset, to breathe, that's what you need to get the clarity in order to move forward more like powerfully in your business, you know, to be what you need to be, to get the next thought, the idea or whatever. So sometimes you gotta like let up and just coast. Just coast out here.
No, for real. You get your best thoughts and ideas when you have a clear head. You know, you're not tired. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I work so well under pressure. Yeah, because your ass is grass if you don't finish. Like, everybody work well under pressure because we got to get it done. Like, look. You know. So just a few things, you know, that are important to planning and scheduling your life. When you have another job, you keep that time for your job as that time for your job. Me personally, I try not to think about my business while I'm at work because it doesn't work for me personally because I am so motivated by my business and I'm so inspired by my business. I enjoy running my business. So sometimes when I'm at work and I stop and say, oh my gosh, I got to post, I get so off track. So not working on your business while you're working your job so you can stay focused on your job. We don't want y'all to be out there getting fired, you know, and also so you can stay focused on your business and you actually have that time and clarity to do things correctly the way you actually want them to be. There's been several times where I've been at work trying to do stuff for my business and I like completely look at it later. I'm like, nah, what the hell? I ain't been doing this. You know, so I just be out there mad. And then I end up deleting it because it wasn't the way that I really wanted it to be. Or on the flip side, I end up doing something wrong at work because I shouldn't have been posting on my Instagram for my business. You know what I'm saying? So I try to keep it separate. And then, of course, just making sure you have a set plan for when you have that additional time to work on your business. Because if you try to say, okay, I'm going to work this hour and then now I'm going to do something for my business. What is that something? Like now you're just wasting time because you're going to be unfocused. You're going to be scrolling on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat. It's so many ways to get distracted. So you want to be focused. So you come in with a game plan. This is my game plan book right here. This is a really great tool for scheduling and planning your life. And it can be any type of notebook, any type of resource.
I have one too.
Bought it off of an entrepreneur or something. I don't know.
My game plan book.
Hey, that's our game plan Bible right there.
Bright ideas. It says bright ideas and new beginnings. So yeah, that's why mine
bright
always.
Ideas and new beginnings. I love that. And then of course, you can cop my book, 20 Entrepreneurship Essentials, while working 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom.
Facts. Big facts.
No, it's literally a blueprint that helps you, even if you're not a 9 to 5 and you're running a business. But it definitely just helps you plan out your life as an entrepreneur so you can have all the tools to be successful because it becomes very difficult as you scale and as you get more serious about your business. You know, so you plan those things out so you can be ready so you don't have 99,000 things to do in one day. Yep,
exactly. Because you're not going to accomplish them all. Like, and that's not to be negative. That's factual. Like you're not having the idea and like running with it. Okay, here's my idea, but here are like the 3, 4, 5 mechanisms or ways that I can make it happen. Like that's super huge. I like to call him our mentor now. Freaking Brendan Boyd, man, love him. It's really stuck with me ever since he said it. He says, like, what are you doing? Like, are you actually doing something that's moving the needle, or are you doing something that's basically just busy work? Because a lot of people are busy doing nothing. Like, you got to make sure that it's intentionally busy.
Absolutely. A lot of us struggle with is like thinking about things too hard. Like, come on now, like
overthinking.
You don't gotta be thinking about it. You know, don't overthink it. Just get it. So, for instance, you're making a TikTok, and the first one is always the best one. Because I kid you not, it's gonna take you 20 times to make that first one that you already did. You know, like
stop.
Let's stop making things so complicated. You know, just do it.
And the more you do it, the worse it gets. Like by the time you get to take 5, it's probably like just so forget it that, yeah.
I don't even want to do it no more.
Exactly. Because now I'm really just thinking hard and it just keeps getting worse. So
Yeah. But definitely plan your life in advance, because your business is a serious thing for you. So when you're serious about what it takes to run it, you get intentional. So seriously plan in advance. My stop day is the 20th of every month. That's when I replan for the next month. I say, okay, I look at everything like, did I do these right? Is this schedule really working for me? Do I need to change it? Which is why now I only work from 6 to 11. That's the whole point of today's episode is scheduling and planning your life is going to be the foundation to running your business. So yes, it's tough. Yes, it's hard. And you might not be really great at actually implementing the things that you put on your schedule, but it's trial and error. I always work to get better at the things that you need to accomplish. And I'm going to be real. One of the things that I need to work on is actually sticking to my freaking schedule. But then I found myself up until 2 a.m. And I like to sleep. And I need 8 hours, baby. That's a part of my scheduling and planning. I need 8 hours of sleep a day to be functional.
I was just going to say that too. I was definitely thinking about that. I was like, and so it definitely depends on which side of the spectrum you fall on for an entrepreneur. Because I mean, look, there's me, there's Kay, and there's all far in between. It doesn't really matter where you fall, but it definitely does matter about what's going to stick, because what's going to push you to the next level, what's going to push you forward. And see, I'm a night out. And like, granted, that might actually not be like a thing. Like I just talked to somebody recently who was like, so that actually says a lot more than like you think it says. That's a cover up, is saying you're a night owl. He is like a fitness, wellness trainer, all that. He can tell you.
He must have got you together.
Girl, like he read me for filth. I was like, ugh. I didn't ask for none of that. Like, we'll see if we can have him talk about the details of like, not me. Leave me alone. Night. Like, I am not a morning person. I hate getting up early in the morning. My brain doesn't really wake up till about 11 o'clock, like even with my coffee. So like, I am not like fully into things in the morning. Like I am definitely a night owl. So yeah, like being up till 2-3 in the morning, it's not amazing. And I'm definitely not getting enough sleep when I got to get back up at 7:30 in the morning. But like, I will get so much done. Like I am so productive. My most productive hours are late night hours. Like I will hammer it out. And you have to find out like who you are and what your business really needs. Cause that's what it boils down to. Like, yes, your habits are a big part of a business, but depending on which way you structure your habits to make sure that they're healthy habits, that's what's going to push your business forward. So yeah, you just got to figure out where you're at, and you're going to change. Like that's the thing too, like things will change and you'll grow as you become an entrepreneur, like really utilizing Asana. I mean, like I've used it like here and there, but I always fall off. Like this is the first time, because now I do, like my life is crazy. If it didn't make my calendar, it didn't make my life. So because like we're on that wavelength, things really have to hit my calendar, and like I really have to put deadlines on things, because like a list of things to do without a deadline or a date is just a task. It doesn't mean anything. Like that's not really your goal, because clearly you don't have a date. There's like, how they teach you make SMART goals, that if you're not specific, that's not a real goal. So yeah, Asana's really been helpful with that for me, especially now that I'm growing multiple businesses and trying to scale them up and incorporate new things, like setting dates to really get things done and like know where I'm going. Yeah, because again, it's like a bow and arrow. If you just shooting with no target, what you shooting at? So yeah,
the wind.
Exactly. Facts. Wherever it blow and it land, cool. I hope you cool with that, but I'm not. So since I have a goal, my Asana calendar definitely has been like a blessing in disguise for me to like see, okay, now all the things that were like scattered about what I need to get done, here they are like mapped out. Here's like the game plan under them. And what's my deadline? What's my date that it's accomplished by? So
and planning and scheduling your life for entrepreneurship is very important. It's going to be the foundation to your business. Learn who you are and what works for you, because everything doesn't work for everybody. And also there's a whole lot of resources out there that you could just, look up on your apps manager, whether you have an iPhone or Google phone or whatever type of phone.
Definitely use those resources. Asana is a really great one that works with all phones. Shiftify is also one that works with all phones. They have a free and paid option. And if you need some tools and resources, definitely ask us. We're open. I love telling my secrets because it's really not a secret. It's just something that may work for me, and it also may work for somebody else. Like,
exactly.
I would love to be a resource. Definitely use those resources. Asana is a really great one that works with all phones. Shiftify is also one that works with all phones. They have a free and paid option. And if you need some tools and resources, definitely ask us. We're open. I love telling my secrets because it's really not a secret. It's just something that may work for me, and it also may work for somebody else. Like,
exactly.
I would love to be a resource to help you at least try a different method if you haven't already tried something new.
Big facts, because you never know what you're looking for that we may have. You never know. Kay, real quick though, what are those glasses? Because those are kind of fire. I just keep like staring them down.
Thank you. These are some old frames from Everyday People called Star.
I like that.
This like coffee color,
Yeah, I like that.
Yes, ma'am.
I like that. It's a little sophisticated, indoor.
Yeah, less dramatic.
Right. I love it.
You got a little vibes tapestry behind you, though.
I do. It says good vibes only. You can't see the good part, but yeah, it does say good vibes only because look,
period.
It's all about the vibes. What did we not cover? What question do you have? Are you a beginner entrepreneur? Are you not even considering entrepreneurship? Like, where are you at? Are you looking to get out of your 9-to-5? Like, what's the deal? Let us know. Talk to us. Cause, obviously we always want to be a help and a resource. We always want to uplift and encourage. And so, I mean, we're living proof. We're doing it. We are evidence of making it happen. No matter what your background, where you come from, like whether you sleeping hard or getting no sleep, like we so hit us up. Well, maybe you don't know where to find us. Where are they supposed to find us at?
Well, you can find, we got Ish to Say. Our Instagram page is We Got Ish to Say Pod. And then you can find us on Twitter at We Got Ish to Say 2, not TO. We're also on TikTok at We Got Ish to Say Pod.
Boom. And if there's any additional outside of our pod, we individuals too. So you can always hit up Kay for her sunglasses. It's Everyday People World. That's the website and the Instagram. You giving out your personal? What we doing?
My personal Instagram is I am Sade Brand.
Sade Brand. You can find me at smile_for_Amanda. It's in the in the box below if you can see it. I don't even know if it's down there. But yeah, smile_for_Amanda. Or of course you can find me and all that's happening with the brand Love Vibes at lov.vibes. That is the website as well, minus the dot. So just www.lovvibes.com. And hit us up. We want to hear from you always.
That's all we have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you on the next episode. Bye.